Let's talk about the psychological treatment of obesity. So, why even bother with the psychological treatment of obesity? Don't we have great medications these days? While that is true, obesity is a complicated disease. So, take a look at this diagram. The point we're trying to make here, you'll see the brain or a slice of half of the brain through the middle at the top middle of that picture. Obesity is primarily a disease process of the brain, much like depression and anxiety. So, um, note the medications. You might recognize some of these, and some of these you might not, but these are all medications that really target the brain. Semaglutide, which is Wegovy, liraglutide, naltrexone, phentermine, bupropion. These are some of the older medications used to treat obesity, but all of them target the brain. So, much like other diseases that involve the brain, like depression and anxiety, obesity should take a multi pronged approach. Depression, for example, uh, it often cannot be treated with medication alone. It requires medication sometimes, psychological treatment, and lifestyle changes. My observation is that obesity is very much the same. So, we're going to talk about the cognitive behavior model. Cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT, is a proven treatment for many conditions such as depression, anxiety, insomnia, and other conditions. It works so great in so many settings. I'm just glad that it has an application for obesity. Now, CBT works by teaching you skills to one, help you identify how situations influence thoughts and behaviors, two, become aware of the connection between thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, and three, improve emotional states by changing unhelpful thinking styles and behaviors linked to negative emotion states. So take a look at this picture here. This illustrates how CBT works. Situations often will provoke thoughts which are connected to feelings and behaviors. Oftentimes, we think about how situations lead directly to our feelings and behaviors. The real innovation for CBT is putting thoughts in there somewhere so that you can intervene upon what's going on. It was a brilliant discovery. Now, CBT OB is a modification of CBT for obesity. It teaches you a weight control mindset. So, again, CBT teaches you skills. It's not where you just sit in a chair and just talk out your problems with your therapist. It teaches you, the person who's dealing with these issues, skills on how to deal with it. So, it really is an empowering kind of treatment. So, this weight control mindset, it teaches you skills that connect the thoughts to situations, feelings, and behaviors to lose weight. So you will create, in a sense, a different, healthy sense of self. I mean, if you change all these things, your situations, your thoughts, your feelings, and behaviors, you are essentially changing yourself. You're creating a new you. And why this is so great, you will maintain a lasting, healthy lifestyle because you become a skillful practitioner, and by doing that, it puts you in control. So these are just some examples of how CBTOB connects to obesity. The cognitive component, or the thoughts. If you think I'm going to eat this food because I spent money on it, um, then you may eat more than you should. By the way, these are all examples that apply particularly to me. I'm sure many of you have thought this as well, but these are all examples from my life. Sometimes I do feel food is the only pleasure I have nowadays. Um, there's a feelings component, like sensations that lead to behaviors that cause obesity. Low energy leads to not exercising, just tired, you just don't have the energy to go. And do exercise. Um, when you're feeling anxious or you have some sort of negative emotion that you want to get out of and you want to feel better, sometimes that leads to comfort eating. Behavioral components that contribute to obesity. You have, say, like automatic, unmindful eating of chips. I don't really buy potato chips because I know what's going to end up happening to them. Um, and it's not like I even think about it, it just happens. Um, and then there's also sitting on the couch and I just watch TV. If I turn on the TV and just kind of start watching Netflix, it may end up being a lot longer than I had expected.